Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. I really do. This is a very special video. We're going to go over the Spyderco 2018 catalog. They just released it a couple of days ago. It's online now. You can go check it out at Spyderco.com. It's their new catalog. A lot of people on YouTube are going to be going through that catalog once it's delivered in hard paper. They'll also talk about it and show you a computer screen. I thought what I'd do is go through the catalog using the current knives that I have so that we can explain, I can try to explain what's in the catalog. Couple of things about the catalog. Because you have to work on a catalog in advance, there are some knives that are labeled new in the 2018 catalog that have already been released. So we'll go through those. There are some knives in the 2018 catalog that they are not labeled as new because Spyderco thought they would already be released, and they are not released. So we'll go over those as well. There are a couple of new things that Spyderco will be introducing that I couldn't find a knife to represent. But at the end of this video, there's going to be a lot of knives on this desktop. A lot of knives. So let's have fun with this. I hope this is helpful with people so that you can actually see the knives and feel the knives. I need that while I talk about the descriptions. So this is one of those knives that have been released. These two have been released, but they're in the catalog as new. These are the new Spyderco Shamans. Now the Spyderco Shamans are large versions of the Native, and you're going to see a lot about the Native in this catalog. It has the compression lock and 3.6-inch full flat ground blades. Okay, so it's a big knife. It was just released a couple of weeks ago. By the way, all of the knives that you will see, not the ones I talk about, but all the knives you will see in my hand, I have reviews on them on the playlist, The Knife of the Day, on the Keith Kevin Ken channel, so you could hear more about these. The reason I talk about this is the new edition in 2018 will be a Shaman with the plain edge and a blacked out version. It will have a black coating on the knife. I'm trying to, should I keep? No. So there will be a new Shaman. The third Shaman will be a blacked out version, plain edge, and it will have a black coated knife. You know, we couldn't wait to get the smaller paramilitary 2, the Para 3. We just couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. First we wanted a smaller military, then a smaller paramilitary. This is the 3-inch Para 3. And boy, Spyderco has been spitting out all kinds of variations. I have these two in my hand because the S110 Blurple version has been released, is currently available, but it's listed as new in the catalog. I also have the Digicamo version of the Para 3. That's in my hands because they will introduce a new knife. I'm sure they're going to introduce a whole bunch of paramilitary 3s in 2018 like they have in 2017. But in the catalog, there's a new Digicam Para 3, but it's with a black coated blade. So you'll get the black coated blade of the Para 3 in 2018. There's another knife. Yeah, I have a bunch of these yellow stickies on these knives. This right here is the 40th anniversary Native from Spyderco. The big thing about this, besides the Damascus blade, was the wonderful 3D carbon fiber handles. Well, in the catalog, they show a 3D carbon fiber handled Native exactly like this, except it's not the limited 40th anniversary version with the Damascus blade, the Damascus steel blade. Instead, it has a plain blade. That is available now. So you can get a wonderful carbon fiber with fluted scales. Carbon fiber, fluted scales Native. Doesn't have the Damascus, but it's exactly like this. And let me tell you, it feels like heaven. It doesn't have the Damascus. It just has the satin blade. But that is available now. You'll see it is marked as new in the catalog. This just came out, and it surprised me, and now I understand why it surprised me. I hadn't heard about the little Native. I just hadn't, and then all of a sudden it was delivered to me, and I was thrilled to death. This is the Eeny Beeny Native. Remember, we'll be talking about the Native. They introduced the Shaman, a big Native. Then they introduced the little Native. This Native has a 2.5-inch knife. It is out. The reason it stunned me was they hadn't released the catalog. This is in the new catalog. Another thing about the little Native, this one has the compression lock. It's just a beautiful knife. You can see the review on my channel. But also, what they will introduce and what's in the catalog is they'll also have a back lock version of the little Native. This is the compression lock version, and they will be introducing a back lock version of the little Native. Oh, I'm not going to do the sprint runs yet. You're going to see, here's another Native. This just represents what they're going to do. They also have in the catalog a salt version of the Native. It's in yellow FRN scales. It has the rough proof steel blade, but it's not the H1. It's the LC200N version. So it will be the Native like this, except it will have yellow FRN scales, and the blade will be LC200N steel. Spyderco has been using that lately. They're still going to be using a lot of H1 steel coming up. That is the steel that NASA uses for ball bearings. It does not rust. It does not rust. Now here's something. Nah, I can't. I want to get to those sprint runs so bad, but I won't. Another thing that has already released, and Spyderco has, is the Manics 2 with the backlock. This right here, I never bought the Manics 2 with the backlock because I have the original Manics 1, which did have a backlock. But it looks just like this with black G10 scales. It is available now, and I'll tell you, Spyderco and their backlock, this is a very early Manics 1, but Spyderco and their backlocks have improved a lot since this was made. That's a wonderful knife. I just don't own it, but you'll see that is new. It is available. Also, the 100 Pacer, which is a very interesting new knife that just came out in 2017. It's in the catalog as new. Of course, it's in my hand right now. It's a big beast of a knife. It's called the 100 Pacer after a snake, and that's why you get this really textured G10 scales that look like snake scales, because it's named after a snake that once it bites you, you will die before you hit 100 steps away from it. That's the 100 Pacer. That's in the catalog, marked as new, but is available. I'll tell you something that just thrilled me to death. By the way, I think in this new catalog, a couple of things hit me in different ways. There were the ones that went, okay, I can see why they discontinued so many knives. I understand this is the new series of knives. Then there are the ones I went, wow, I'm happy they're doing that. And then there were the ones that just brought tears to my I was absolutely stunned that they were releasing some new knives. We'll get to these. This is one of those where I'm very happy they're going to do it. Now, this is the Polestar. In 2017, Spyderco finally added to the value folder series with this knife, the Polestar, that has this wonderful different G10 scales, the gray with the texture and that wonderful looking, instead of just that black G10 of the value folders. And they also changed the blade steel, and now they're using, on some of the newer ones, on this knife, the CTS BD1 steel, the American steel. So they upgraded the steel just a little. It's still it's not a super steel, but just upgraded it and upgraded the look. Well, in 2018, they're upgrading it again. They're going to add, they call it the Alcyon. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's ALCYONE. It represents a star system somewhere. But it looks just like this, except it's a lot smaller. It has a 2.9-inch blade, full flat ground blade with CTS BD1 steel, versus this one that has a 3.3-inch blade. Again, pretty soon they're going to have a value folder series of knives that just covers any length that you might want. Take a look at my video on the value folders knives. I just think it's wonderful. It's a great way to start a Spyderco collection. They're adding to it in 2018, which is just great. Couple of knives, they've been saying since last year that they were going to release it. I've been waiting and they still haven't released it. Well, the ATR, the At the Ready, which were released, I don't know, more than 10 years ago. I have 3 of them. They're very hard to get. Spyderco is releasing a brand new ATR. It's the ATR 2. This is the full tie version. Look at that. Isn't that great? I just love it. The tie version, the all steel scale version, and the blacked out version with steel. They are looking at releasing an ATR2. A lot of people have been waiting for a new ATR2. I thought it was coming this year. This year isn't over. It might still be coming, but it will look exactly like this with everything you see, and it'll be a G10 version of it, which will make it a lot lighter and I hope a lot less expensive. Of course, I got all 3 of those on the secondary market. They're hard to find. They're very expensive, but I love that knife. This right here is marked as new in the catalog. This is the 6th chaparral they released with G10 scales. This is the first chaparral with G10 scales. They did one with carbon fiber, and they did 4 others. No, they did 3 others with titanium, one with a real funky scales that I love. Again, I reviewed it. And then this brand new one that just came out a couple of weeks ago. That's the new chaparral. It's a lot less expensive. It's not a value folder, but it's less expensive than the other ones. Oh yes, this is like trick or treat to me. No one talks about this knife. I think they probably think it's a little overboard. I like the one-eyed jack. This is labeled as new. It did come out this year. It's just a wonderful gentleman's folder with so many details. The white smooth G10 with the spade and the heart. The reason it's a spade and a heart, and the reason it's called one-eyed jack, the one-eyed jacks are the jack of spades and the jack of heart in the deck of cards. Look at that work on the backstop. Just a wonderful gentleman's folder. It's listed as new, but of course it is available now for for Spyderco. Another knife that has already been released, but it's in the catalog as new. It's the little sub-hilt, the Lawton. I love that thick Lawton. Well, they did a little Lawton. It is available. They marked it as new in the current catalog. Oh, if you guys saw the mess that I have here. I'm trying not to... Oh, okay. Here's two other knives. Again, all of the knives that I have in my hands are reviewed on the Keith Kevin Ken YouTube channel. Go check it out. The Blade of the Day. The Knife of the Day has a very long playlist. These are Square Head 2. Spyderco had a square head. They just discontinued. It only survived for about a year, but they brought out a different one. It's a locking knife. There is a locking dog tag knife with gray and black FRN fiberglass reinforced nylon scales. These are listed as new in the catalog, but they are available now from Spyderco. Again, we're going through the 2018 catalog using the knives that I have handy to kind of give you a feel or a look of the knives in the catalog. We haven't hit the special knives. A lot of what I'm showing you are knives based on things that they just released this year, or knives that we thought were coming in 2017 and they're still in the 2018 catalog but has not been released. This is not the knife. I just wanted to show you a rhino blade. They have been talking about the small rhino knife being available for, I want to say, 2 years now, not just one. That is still in the catalog and we still haven't seen it yet. I just wanted to show you the kind of blade for the rhino. This will be a smaller rhino blade with G10 scales. I believe it's G10. I should have checked. G10. All I know is it should be a small, inexpensive knife with a very nice blade that I really love. Let's see what else. I wanted to just... I don't have a lot of the yellow Salt series knives. I just don't. So I have this Rescue. That'll have to represent it. You know, the Salt series from Spyderco has the H1 steel that cannot rust. And a lot of them have the yellow handles. They're made for salt water or any water, but they're great as fishing tools or if you're anywhere near water and you don't want to worry about a knife rusting. Well, this represents that Spyderco is releasing a whole bunch of salt knives. I already told you about the Native that they're introducing as a salt knife with not H1 steel, but rust-resistant steel. They have a whole bunch of H1 Salt series knives being released. We kind of expected it because they actually turned away a lot of knives. A lot of salt knives were discontinued. Yeah, this is a discontinued Southern knife from Spyderco. I just brought it out because the only flipper that is, I guess it's not labeled new, but the only flipper that we haven't gotten yet that was announced in 2017, it is in the catalog, but it isn't labeled new. We're still waiting for the Southern Hannon. That's a new Brad Southern flipper. Now, just a couple of weeks ago, and I have a video on all of the discontinued knives, Spyderco discontinued all of the Southerns, the original Southern and every other Southern, and now we're waiting for the knife that we thought would come in 2017. Hopefully it'll come soon or early 2018. It's the Southern Hannon, the new Southern flipper that we're all waiting for. Let's see, are we ready for... No. I told you that... Okay, let's start doing some of these sprint runs. I'm sorry, I should be more organized, but I'm not. I just wanted to make sure that we got this done. Now, a lot of the sprint runs just shocked me. This one didn't. There's going to be a sprint run of a Spyder Hawk. I just wanted to give you a little look of a hawk blade knife. A Spyder Hawk Salt. And it's going to be a sprint run. It has an orange scale and H1 steel. I don't know why it's a sprint run. I don't know why, but it is. That sprint run did not amaze me. Okay. The fact that they're bringing back the PPT amazed me. The PPT, you can find these. I think they're discontinued. I'm pretty sure. Just a wonderful knife. Well, Spyderco, look at the scales. Just wonderful. G10 molded scales. Well, Spyderco is going to release this as a sprint run. Now, sprint runs for Spyderco usually are knives that they release about 1,000 of them. They're collector knives, about limited to 1,000 plus or minus 250 or so knives. Well, they're going to do a sprint run of the PT, and they usually bring back favorite, and they add something. So the PPT will come back. It will have S90V steel. This one has S30V. So they're upping the steel to S90V, and these wonderful scales will be carbon fiber. Oh, I can't wait till that happens. S90V on the Sprint Run PPT with carbon fiber scales, and these scales are really special. Okay. This one stunned me. It just did. It's not the biggest stunner, but it stunned me. They're going to do a Shabaria. At least that's what I call it. Shabaria, which is one of my favorite ethnic series knives. Look at that blade. It'll still be VG10. Wait, what is the... I believe... Yes, this is VG10 steel. It will still be VG10 steel. They're bringing it back as a limited run, sprint run, limited edition. It will have G10 scales. Now, I have to tell you, this one, so you can see like the coffin-like shape of the scales with the liner lock. Look at that blade. It is VG10. It'll still be VG10. The difference is this is carbon fiber. They're going to do it in G10 to get the price down a little. I love this in carbon fiber, but I love the G10 too. I can't wait to see a new one. I don't know. Is that the first ethnic series knife? No. They've done the Lum series. I was going to say, is that the first one that had a sprint run? So look forward to this. This is a funky, great knife. Very tactical, actually. Very tactical. From the ethnic series, it's coming out as a sprint run with G10 scales. The Calypso, this is one of the original Calypso Juniors. And I know, this is with the spider edge on it, the serrated edge. But I want you to know the size, the wonderful, small, compact size of the Calypso Jr. Well, they're going to have a sprint run of the super blue, Calypso Jr. The Calypso Jr. is coming. Plain edge, super blue steel, which I think is great. I have never been able, I have one super blue knife because I wasn't collecting when that series came out. And it cost a whole lot. I think it's a man bug. So I can't wait to see the sprint run of the super blue Calypso Jr. Talking about sprint runs of knives with new steel, Spyderco is going to do a group sprint run like they've done with the HAP 40 burnt orange knives. The Delica, the Endura, the Stretch, the Dragonfly, the Ladybug, and the Man Bug with FRN scales. But this time, the FRN scales will be blue-gray, and the steel will be V Tokyo 2 tool steel. Hey, please comment with some of these steels, especially this one. It's a new steel. It's a super steel that Spyderco is trying out on a sprint run. The burnt orange series that had HAP 40. Well, they're going to now have V TOKU 2 steel. And this will be blue-gray. So that's something to look forward to. They're going to add to their HAP 40 steel collection, which they have quite a few knives now, not just the original 6. And it's going to be the Delica 4 like this with the Wharncliffe blade, but it's going to have the burnt orange FRN scales just like this, and it's going to be HAP 40. I really like the Wharncliffe Delica. It came out in 2017. It's just really handy. If you love a Delica, you might want the Wharncliffe. But this is coming out as a sprint run, limited edition, with the burnt orange FRN scales and HAP 40 steel. Okay. Believe it or not, we're almost done, but here are some of the shockers, the 2 shockers, and that's how I'm going to end this. We have 2 more, but it's a lot of knives. First, it's the 16-part series Copa. I have a video on these. Oh my goodness gracious. Spyderco from 2005 to 2009 released 16 beautiful gentleman folders. All of them had the same profile, VG10 steel, just wonderfully made. The big difference was the scales. And it had some exotic scales. There were only 16 made. Only 16 made. Another Copa never came out after the 16, after 2009. They not only limited to 16 different knives, but each of these knives are limited to only 600 pieces. Took me a year and a half to get the entire 16 collection. On the secondary market, as you can imagine, they were released originally as collectors' knives, so people have been collecting them. The good news about that is they're usually in very good shape because people took care of them. They do come at a significant price. I never thought that they would release another one. Well, they did. In 2018, or they will, in 2018, they're going to release another Copa. It's a sprint run. I'm not clear on whether it will only have 600 knives, but the difference will be the handle. And one handle that they don't have in the 16 is a stainless steel handle. So Spyderco will have a sprint run, the 17th Copa. The 17th Copa. After 8 years, almost 9 years of starting the Copa series, 9 years where there were only 16, they're going to have a sprint run of the 17th Copa. Oh, I'm slobbering. When I saw that, I was stunned. It took so long to get the complete series. They're going to add to it with the 17th. I don't know if it's going to only be 600 of them. I can't wait till it happens. That just shocked me, and I'm thrilled to death. If you've always wanted a Copa, it's coming as a sprint run. And then this one just blew me away. It's not that I was waiting for it. It's not like the Copa where I was waiting for it. But, yes! Yes, the Zabel Hawk, they've redone it. It's even a nastier urban Tommy Hawk. Yeah, it's a nastier one by Lacey Zabel. So you're going to see a new, I never thought they'd do that. They will have a new one. It is not a sprint run, but it will be a new Tomahawk, which I never thought they'd do. There you have it. I know it's long. It's 30 minutes. I just wanted to get through all of these. I'm sorry for the length of it, but I wanted you to get a better visual, and hopefully you can't feel it, but hopefully through me touching these knives that you can get a better idea of the new knives in the catalog. Go check out the catalog. It's on Spyderco.com right now. It's just a beautiful catalog. They usually take a long time to get them in our hands. You can register to get one of them in your hands. All of the knives that you see on the table, yeah, I have videos on it. Check out the Knife of the Day playlist. By the way, check out the Knife of the Day series, Monday through Friday. I look at all of my knives and all of my collections, one knife at a time, one day at a time. We just finished the Spyderco collection, and we're moving on to Chris Reeve, Microtech out the fronts, and Browse Blade knives. And then every new knife that Spyderco releases, I'm part of their collectors club. I also will bring as fast as I get them to you. That's it. Hope you enjoy this. If you do, don't forget to thumb it up. It just makes me happy. Subscribe. That helps me out. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss the special videos like this one. You guys have a perfect day. Hey, take a few minutes away from social media and everything. And I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. Bad football. And just think. You know, be alone a little bit by yourself. It'll make you feel a lot better. You'll be a better father, husband, friend, just a better human being. I wish I would have done it, and I didn't. I'm 58. I just learned about this about 2 years ago. Anyway, take good care of yourself and your loved ones. Keep those pockets full. I'll see you when the new knives come out. Goodbye.